What up, yo? Here's my weekly breakdown for July 7th to 11th. So starting off with CHFJPY, let's see what's going on here. We're at a weekly higher high. It's at an all-time high. We don't really have anything to target, so weekly also closed as a strong bullish candle, and I don't see the daily shift in bearish in order for it to go for counter trends. So we're gonna say we're not interested in this basically. Um, Okay, USD JPY. The weekly is super messy. Yeah, weekly is just too messy. You just need to leave it to clear up because yeah, this is just like the daily's gonna look trash. Um, GU on the weekly at a high. Can't counter trend because we're already there. Also for right here, the weekly take profit would be here. So already at weekly take profit. Euro HUF. Currently, we are bullish because we broke here. So weekly is looking pretty messy. Did we pull back to a weekly area of interest or anything? Got one tap. Think we broke through here. Yeah, broke through there. The next one started here. But that would have to be like all the way down there. And this would be here. So yeah, really not at that level yet. Cool. GBP um, one touch, two touch. Yeah, not at a battle, not at a valid weekly area of interest. GU or GBP same thing, and the weekly's pretty messy. We're here. We have one, two, three. Uh, we have one tap, two tap, three taps. Could say there, but there's a lot of rejection going on. What's the daily look like? The daily is just moving sideways the whole entire time. We wanted to have nice, making trends. Euro AUD weekly, not at a valid weekly area of interest. Uh, Use the SGD lower low, previous bearish candle closed like that. We did break past this zone. So the next target would be for a weekly wick pullback would be down here. Previous weekly buys did close as a bearish, but this is a weak candle. The daily is basically trending, so it's not too bad. Um, the only thing is I don't like how this weekly closed because like it's pretty sure it's a weak candle. Yeah, it closed below that, so I don't want to trade this. USD as all-time high indecisions, and the next weekly target would have to be, we already went past here, so the next target would have to be here for counter trends. Can the daily switch to bearish before we get there? So the daily is not going to be able to switch to bearish before we get to that level. Yay. NZD weekly. Why does everything look so bad this week? What happened last week? Um, high indecision right here, so we don't want to buy with that. And counter trend to this level, because this is the, well, technically this is the next weekly structure, or not structure point, just next weekly support point, and we're already there. And the daily looks super messy. Not screaming at me. Euro NZD on the weekly. Yeah, not at a valid. Use the czar. Okay. Already wicked into there. Did we break past? No. Okay, we did actually. So then we can target here for the next, for the weekly wick pullback. What does the daily look like? Daily, okay. Daily's not bad. You can pull back to here for a weekly, for a daily area of interest. So we just need a proper daily, well, we had a daily pullback. The 4 hour is currently bearish. We need a 4 hour shift to structure. So we're gonna go, okay, so 4 hour shift to structure. What do we have here? Euro PLN. We are currently, yeah, we were bullish there. We broke here. So now we're bearish. We have this indecision candle. This would be the next target. Daily's probably gonna look terrible for this. Yeah, because the daily made a lower low, so the daily's gonna need a proper pullback. But then you have all of this to avoid because this is just price gets into this zone, kind of just keeps on rejecting. Daily needs a proper pullback. So if we can get a proper daily pullback, we might be able to get out before we get here. So it's not the cleanest, but we'll keep an eye on it. Hmm. It's not a valid area of interest because we squeeze in it. Like it basically be here to here. We already rejected off of there with the indecision. So we'd have a weekly wick pullback and then drop. Well, I'm just gonna say not. It doesn't look too bad. What does the daily look like? The daily would need to shift to bearish though, so I don't see the daily shifting. Um, the daily would have to shift and then break down. Not interested in it. Weekly or AUD USD, we're currently bullish. We've closed bullish. Next point would be here, already at the target. Okay. CAD, JPY. Da, 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 da. We're currently bullish. This would be the high. We've already wicked into the high, even if it was at an area of interest. So, and it's not. But silver, higher high. This is where we are. We've already went past everything. Target to be here. That would be the next point. What does the daily look like? Daily is currently bearish. Needs daily shift to structure. Needs daily shift to structure. GBP CAD. It's not a valid area of interest. US oil. Hold back. Okay, we're at an area of interest. Right there, basically. We've pulled back. This would be here. The daily is, however, oh, the daily's good. The daily's having a nice pullback. So the daily's already pulled back and the 4 hour is bullish. Looks like it's already reacting. Um, I'd want a clean 4 hour area of interest for it to react off of this here. Yeah, it basically reacted already. So this one, And that candle closes that. So we have a next open in here as well too, but it's gonna be a little too high unless there's another 4 hour area of interest. One, two. What's going on here? We have one, two, three. We're here. So basically this one is pretty good. It's gonna need to look for a lower time frame. 30 minute is bullish. 15 minute is bearish. So 5 minute is also bearish. So once we can get the lower time frame to shift structure, then we can look for an entry. So um, once we get it to shift, like let's say for example, if it just, I don't know, shifts like that, pulls back, retests something here, then we can look to take it up. So this one is the closest. AUDJPY weekly. Close bullish along with the previous weekly bias. The daily is bullish. The daily is having a proper pullback because we broke here and we broke and we're bullish. So daily's good. The 4 hour has a pullback as well too. This one's also looking pretty good. We just need to react off of a 4 hour area of interest. Something like that. So we've already reacted, we've closed. We're gonna need it to, we can only take this like when London session starts or the next day. So we're gonna need to give this some time. But basically, yeah, once we get another bullish candle to close in our direction, we are good. Even if it pops up all the way to here, because we have all these areas of interest as well too, all the way up here. You can still react off of it. So here, all of this. So it could do that or it could bounce off here and do it, but this is looking pretty good. So we need another accumulation break retest for this to be in effect. It looks pretty good. Weekly wick, well, not a weekly wick bullet because we're bearish. Or we add an area of interest. We got one touch. The heck? Yeah. So one, two, three, and we're at this area of interest. And this is a daily, and the daily is currently still bearish, but it's super messy in this area here. So we're gonna want to avoid all of this. Daily just looks too messy. Um, Let me see. And then the 4 hour, whoa. Possibly. The daily is messy and the 4 hour is super messy as well too. But we've had a pullback. Let's see. If we're reacting off of this area of interest down here, we might be able to do something. Yeah, because that's a 4 hour area of interest. It's just this zone is just not the best, especially if we come here. If we get another rejection in this area here, we might be able to just go through with it. But all of this daily rejection here is, yeah, I'm just gonna say daily's too messy. Um, it's like, look how many times it's failed once it's gotten in his zone. What are the chances? Pretty sure even if you try to enter, you'd have gotten wicked out. Like bearish here, get the rejection here, try to enter. Bearish rejection. It's just, yeah. Euro HKD weekly all-time high. Well, not all-time high, but higher high. And next point would have to be here, which we've already wicked into. Not interested. This here went past. So here would be the next target. Daily, pull back. 4 hour needs to shift. 4 hour shift to structure. NZD USD. Weekly indecision candle. So we'd have to look for counter trends, which would have to come to here. Can the daily shift? No. Not unless it goes a couple days up, pull back and pull, and then yeah, not interested. USDS or USD CZK weekly low target would be here. Already wicked into it. I don't even think I know how to spell wicked. Like, how do you spell wicked? I just do it like that because if you put the ED, it's like wicked. Already wicked into it. Boom. Close. Previous weekly bias. Bearish. Daily. Bearish. Daily's kind of getting messy now. Four hours. The 4 hour shift? No. Where's the 4 hour area of interest? One, two. It's possible if we get a rejection off here. This one's cutting it pretty tight, but because we have one tap, two tap, three tap, it's a zone. If we get a 4 hour rejection in our favor, where's the weekly target? Weekly with pullback. The daily is just not looking the best. But yeah, if we get a 4 hour rejection, we could check it out. USD DKK, weekly wick, pullback, weekly target, daily, 4 hour needs to shift. If it does, we have all this 4 hour areas here, so you can pull back to something like that, and we could be interested in it. Needs a 4 hour shift. USD MXN, did it break past? Yes, it did. Okay, so then the next target would be here because you don't want to counter trend against this because it's a strong bearish close. The daily is also bearish. Daily just needs a proper daily pullback and drop. Use the SEK weekly. Whoa, what the heck, ski? We're here. The daily is currently bullish. And then the daily is going to be too messy with all these zones if it does shift. Unless some big move happens and then it pushes and then pulls back, like boom. So we can just do that. Maybe it'll clear up in the week. Euro bullish, daily bullish. Need a proper daily pullback. If we have a proper daily pullback, then yeah, we can look at taking that proper daily pullback. Use the PLN. Weekly low, close in our favor. Yep, okay, pretty good. Have to go all the way here until unless there's some sort of counter trend, which would have to come to here. What does the daily look like? Daily shifts and goes. This is a pretty strong candle. This is not a weak candle you want to trade against. So daily. Daily's gonna start to look all choppy. I want it to look all clean like this, you know? Nice pullback, and then we get a setup, and then we can look for a drop. So, hmm, this is so ugly. We get another rejection there, break. This is just so ugly. Weekly wick. We already wicked into the take profit here. The weekly target. GBP CAD. 2017. Yeah, not interested. And yeah, these are what could be possible for the week here. Didn't really check over this because this one's still kind of playing out. Well, definitely can't do anything because of where it's at right now. So yeah, that's what we're looking at for the week. Maybe one of these pairs will pull back, give us a move. Everything else looks kind of ugly. There was one that what was it? Wait, what's going on with these? Weekly stuck in a range. Oh, weekly wick pullback. Okay, we've cleared. So then the next target would be here. The daily pullback, 4 hour needs to shift structure. Maybe 4 hour SOS. Yeah, whenever it looks like this on the daily, like it has that one bullish candle there, then it makes the 4 hour like not in trend with it. So maybe it'll pull back even deeper. So if we get a deeper pullback, yeah, if we get a deeper pullback, then the 4 hour can allow it to come lower and then shift. So yeah, that's it.